Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Big Mike and this is BZ Cooks. And today we're gonna be making bacon candy. Stay tuned. I want to shout out you. Yes, you, my subscribers. Guys, whew, it is hot out here, man. For science. For science. For science. Alright guys, so we are back in the kitchen today once again. Today we are making bacon candy. Alright, so let's get started. Let me go over the ingredients with you. Now, I've got some bacon here. This is thick cut bacon. Now, you don't have to use thick cut bacon. It's going to take a little longer to cook, but I think it's well worth it because I don't want my bacon to be too thin. So if you like the bacon thin, then so be it. You pick your bacon. So we got some thick bacon, guys. We got some fresh ground peppercorns. We got about a tablespoon of Sriracha. We got about maybe a tablespoon and a half of some maple syrup. We've got some brown sugar. Now this is probably about a fourth cup, maybe close to half a cup of some brown sugar. This is light brown sugar, but I've added 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. So this is gonna give it some kick. It's gonna set that bacon off. It's gonna be really tasty. Now, all right, so the first thing you wanna do is you wanna get a shallow baking pan. Okay, you wanna get a shallow baking pan and get you some parchment paper, and you're just gonna like line the inside of it, okay? Now, depending on how much bacon you want, it's gonna be totally up to you. I'm gonna try to get as much of this on here as possible. I may have to make 2 batches. So you just want to take your bacon and lay it out here, okay? See that? Just go ahead and lay your bacon out on a baking sheet. It's okay if they're really close, just as long as they don't overlap. You don't want to overlap them. So I went and got my baster. I'm going to set this bacon to the side. Now here's the deal. You want to make sure you have 2 of these pans. I've got 2 pans. Okay, and 2 pieces of parchment paper. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that as soon as we make this sauce. So we're going to make somewhat of like a slather to put on to our bacon. So I've got some syrup here. If you don't have maple syrup, man, you can use pancake syrup. It really doesn't matter. It's going to help out with that sweetness. We got our Sriracha. We're just gonna stir this in. Got my little whisk. Get that in there. All right. So we're gonna get the rest out of there. Now that that's done, let's take our bacon and we're gonna just baste it with this. All right. And we're gonna do this on both sides. So get it on there. This is basically just gonna help to get our brown sugar mixture to stick. Okay, so now we got one side done. Just gonna sprinkle our brown sugar on there. You can be a little generous with it. Okay, so to add a little bit more flavor to this, I'm gonna just get some fresh black pepper on here. This is gonna add some additional flavor. It's also gonna give it a little bit more kick as well. As a matter of fact, if you didn't want to use a Sriracha because you're just really not a fan of heat, then obviously you can leave that out too and just kind of baste it with the syrup. No problem at all. All right, so I'm gonna flip these over, do the same thing. I've preheated my oven at 350, okay? Once I've redone this, I'm gonna show you exactly what to do before you put it in the oven because it's a very important step. Stay tuned. Okay guys, so I want you to check this out. Our bacon is ready to hit that oven. All right, so it's at 350. The oven's at 350. You can do it at 375, but be cautious because you've got a lot of sugar on here. Now, here's the secret. You want your bacon to stay flat. You know how you cook bacon in the frying pan and it starts to curl up? That is not what you want. Even in the oven, it'll maybe start to curl up a little bit if it's not pressed down. So I'm gonna take my other piece of parchment paper and my other pan, and I'm just gonna set it on top here, all right? Now, we're gonna go into the oven for about 30 minutes, and then we're going to check it, all right? Because this is thick bacon, so it's going to take a little longer to cook, all right? Once we're done with that, once it looks like it's got the color that we want and it's starting to cook down, we're gonna put it back on a wire rack to finish it, okay? To get those sugars caramelized and get that bacon just how we want it, even get it a little crispy, all right? So stay tuned, and I'll take this to the oven and we'll be back. All right, guys, so it's been about 30 minutes. My oven just went off. I took the bacon out. So let's see how we're looking right now to see if we need to cook it any longer. Remember, we're gonna finish this off on a wire rack to caramelize everything and get that good finish on that bacon. All right, well, it's coming along. It's coming along, guys. Now, if we wanted to, I could put this on some parchment paper and we could finish it in the oven for maybe another, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So let's do that. Let's do that. I like the way it's looking right now. I want to see what it's going to look like after we put it on that rack. So stay tuned. I'm going to put it on the rack and then we'll put it right back in the oven. All right, guys. So we got our bacon onto our wire rack. I had to go put my glasses on because I couldn't see what I was doing. So let me let you get a look at this. Oh man, didn't that look amazing? So this is going back into the oven for another 15 minutes, all right? And in 15 minutes, we're gonna check and see what we're looking like. So stay tuned, guys. Let's get back in the oven. See you in 15. Okay, it's been 15 minutes and our bacon is looking real tasty, guys. Real tasty, look at that. Oh yeah. Okay, so the thing of it is, you want your bacon to get stiff, okay? Like a candy bar, all right? Hence the term candy bacon. So if you lift this up off of our wire rack, you're gonna see it's kind of floppy, yeah? So what we're gonna do is turn the oven off and let the bacon cool down, okay? It's not gonna be stiff immediately because this is still hot, honestly. And you don't wanna eat this while it's hot because you do not wanna burn your tongue or your mouth. We're gonna put the bacon back into the oven with it off. Let it rest for maybe another 15 minutes, all right? So let's give that a shot. We'll see you in another 15 minutes and take a look at this bacon and we'll let it cool. And then we're gonna take a taste of this for science. Stay tuned. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Man, this is something to write home about. So after that last 15 minutes, I turned the oven off and I put it back into the oven to kind of let it cool, but kind of still cook a little bit as the temperature dropped. Now the bacon is not board stiff, okay? It still has some bend to it, a lot of bend to it, but I don't want to overcook this bacon. If you would like to, you can cook yours more, but this is kind of how I like mine, all right? But the flavor is still gonna be there. I've just never been a real big fan of crunchy bacon, all right? All right, guys, so for science, we are going to give this a try. I'm on a diet, of course, but I do all this for science, all in the name of science. So let's give it a try. Now this is what bacon is supposed to taste like. Sweet, spicy, almost, hey, it's almost like the beef jerky that you get from the store, almost like the teriyaki beef jerky that has the red pepper flakes in it. It's very similar to that taste. Man. All right, people. Man, I'm gonna sign off. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, welcome. But stop playing with your life and hit that subscribe button, guys. Leave a comment if you want to see more videos just like the one you're watching today. Click one of the links up here or click that subscribe button down there, guys. So without further ado, I'm gonna sign off until the next video, guys. I appreciate all you for tuning in. This is Big Mike with BZ Cooks signing out. Peace.